Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you to the Honorable Minister, esteemed members from the leadership team of METI, C-DAC, and other industry colleagues. It's great to be here. When I got an email from Ms. Sunita Verma that, hey, this event is happening, I was actually in the US. I said, no, I got to make change in my plans and be here. So I actually arrived less than 12 hours ago. So a bit jet lagged here, so good to be here. I woke up at 2 in the morning and, I was telling my wife that, when I come to India, I feel like it's, if you read the Asterix comic book, right, I feel like you have a magic portion. There's so much excitement about things that are happening and things that are changing and things we need to do, right? And that's really exciting time to be here. And it's amazing to be here actually at the launch of Digital India futureLABS, right? I was sitting here with the minister's office actually, and he's a man of action. We call him at Qualcomm man of action, right? And he talked about the futureLABS' vision, right? And I was telling him some of my experiences. Before coming to India about 4 months ago, I was leading the strategy for the semiconductor group and also doing incubation. So as you know, Qualcomm, we do a lot of innovation in-house, and we look at the engineers come up with new ideas, around digital health and other areas. And what my charter was, how do we incubate these things, right? So when I heard about futureLABS, I said, well, wow, that's making a whole lot of sense. And now this is at scale with the public-private partnership. So I was pretty amazed by, the charter, the strategy, and how companies like Qualcomm can actually enable that ecosystem right here in India, right? So it's been really exciting times to be here, right? Just like I think Professor from IIT said, Triple IT said, I think it's all about creating a product in India, right? It's all about that, right? When I came here, our CEO sat down with me and said, Savi, I have one thing for you. You must find a way to create product companies and create more product companies in India so that virtuous cycle, we at Qualcomm look at that flywheel concept, pretty important, right? We look at that flywheel concept where it's not only about make in India, it's also about design in India, and that virtuous cycle is complete if you have both, right? So it's very important that one of the KPIs I have being in India is how do we actually nurture these startups, help the larger conglomerates so that they can do more product design right here in India, right? To help that, Qualcomm India, we now have more people actually in India doing engineering work for global product companies around the globe. Samsung in Korea, a lot of Chinese OEMs, OEMs, car OEMs, like Mercedes and others in Europe, all the way up into things that we're doing around wireless in the US. We do all of those products, and we have large engineering forces that are actually driving that innovation right here in India, in our facilities in India. So it's a perfect time for someone like Qualcomm to actually enable that ecosystem, and we are right here to actually go help that, right? Not only with large conglomerates, but which also with startups. We have done this before in other countries where we actually enable. There's a lot of things that we could do in terms of product design. We can't do all product design for modules or semiconductors or products. So that's why Qualcomm is here to enable an ecosystem around us. We enable ecosystem, provide technology so that, people can scale, right? So it's been really exciting to be here. I'm really honored that Qualcomm has been selected to participate here in this launch of the futureLABS. Just a few things more that Qualcomm is doing. We also have our Qualcomm Design in India Challenge, for which we have actually 100 startups that we have actually incubated, of which about 300 patents have come, more than 300 patents have come out of this. We also do Qualcomm Women in Entrepreneurship in India network, where we mentor women startups to do more startups in India, mentoring them and providing them guidance. We also have the Qualcomm QIF, which is called the Qualcomm Innovation Fellowship. We provide grants to universities. So there's a lot of stuff that Qualcomm is doing around the ecosystem, all with the mission of driving more that virtuous cycle of product design here and product being manufactured right here in India. Actually, very excited to be here today, and as I mentioned, one of the things that we actually are doing in addition to the partnership with METI, and we're also doing an extension of our Qualcomm Semiconductor and mentorship program with C-DAC. So we're very excited about that partnership where we are actually mentoring startups that are doing semiconductor design and hopefully production at some point down the line. So super excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. Again, like I said, I feel like the Asterix, somebody in that Asterix comic that has a droid when you land here in India. So great to be here, super excited, and congratulations to everyone for this launch event. Thank you.